जय विष्णुपाद परस्पर जगच्चर्य श्लोक अभय चरणारविंद मुकुंद स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परस्पर जगच्चर्य श्लोक श्रीमन भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव all glories to Sundars. Hare Krishna. All glories to Shiva, Shiva, Ram, Shiva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Jnanamirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Yaksharo Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Shivavadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yudhavadakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parjana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindaveshwari Vishwanamustade Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhishya Vasadindubhe Chata Paditanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Sasadi Bhagavata Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gam Kartya Chalva Papangam Lamai Tegirim Yatripata Vande Shri Granadaram Paramanandam Sachitandishram Namo Vishwaya Shri Krishnavadra Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Bhagavan Pracharane Nirvishwari reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 9, text number 19. Text Canto 4, Chapter 12. Sadarsha Vimana Kriyam. Sadarsha Vimana Kriyam. Nabasova Taradruvaha. Nabasova Taradruvaha. Vibrajayad Dashadisho. Vibrajayad Dashadisho. Rakapatim Ivoditam. Rakapatim Ivoditam. Sadadarsha Vimana Kriyam. Nabasovataradruvaha. Vibrajayad Dashadisho. Rakapatim Ivoditam.
Sadharasha Vimanagam Avato Avataratva Vibrajaya Dasa Shudro Raka Patim Yoditam Sadharasha Vimanagam Nabaso Avataratva Vibrajaya Dasa Shudro Raka Patim Yoditam Sadharasha Vimanagam Avato Avataratva Vibrajaya Sasavisho Raka Patimnivodikam Sadharasya Vimanagam Namaso Avataratva Vibrajaya Sasavisho Raka Patimnivodikam
Saha.
Saha
He. Dadarsha.
Dadata
Sa.
Sa
Vimana.
Vimana
An aeroplane. Agriyam.
Agriham
Very beautiful.
Very beautiful
Nabasaha.
Navasaha
From the sky.
From the sky
Avatarat.
Avatar
Descending.
Descending
Dhruvaha.
Dhruvaha
Dhruva Maharaj.
Dhruva Maharaj
Vibrajayat.
Vibrajaya
Illuminating.
Illuminating
Dasa.
Rasa
10.
and
Disaha.
Disaha
Direction.
Direction
Rakapatim.
Rakapatim
The full moon.
The full moon
Ivam.
Viva
Like.
Light
Uditam.
Kritinam
Visible.
Visible
Translation by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai
Sorry, translation. As soon as the symptoms of his liberation were manifest, he saw a very beautiful aeroplane coming down from the sky as if the brilliant full moon were coming down, illuminating all the 10 directions. purport. There are different levels of acquired knowledge. Direct knowledge, knowledge received from authorities, transcendental knowledge, knowledge beyond senses, and finally spiritual knowledge. When one surpasses the stage of acquiring knowledge by the descending process, he is immediately situated on the transcendental platform. Dhruva Maharaj, being liberated from the material concept of life, was situated in transcendental knowledge and could perceive the presence of a transcendental airplane which was as brilliant as full moonlight. This is not possible in the stages of direct or indirect perception of knowledge. Such knowledge is a special favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One can, however, rise to this platform of knowledge by the gradual process of advancing in devotional service or Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. I neither have any realization nor do I have any qualification. I seek blessings of practically everyone. Seek blessings of Prabhupada and all the devotees, so that whatever little I heard, I can repeat like a parrot. Sadadarsa Vimanaguriyam Navasovataradravaha Vibhrajya Dashatisha Prakapati Vivoditam. So, very interesting purport actually, actually difficult purport, Yesterday I even called somebody, let me see what I can do. So, Dhruva Maharaj, actually no, before there are two verses very important actually, before this, as soon as, human life is meant for self-realization. And if you understand that, your life will change for better. Most of the people, majority of the people in this world don't know that. They think the moment you do not know human life is meant for attaining the lotus feet of Krishna, if you do not know that, then naturally the common answer is you're a spirit soul. What is the nature of the spirit soul? To be happy. Anandamaya abhyasant. Be happy. So what is the goal of life? Enjoyment. That's a common statement. Then what happens? You think being, impelled by ego, the soul identifies with the body, and you try to enjoy the senses. And then when you try to enjoy the senses, enjoy the position, I'm a doctor, I'm an engineer, I'm a supervisor, I'm a tech lead, I'm an architect. There's always somebody under you. And when the goal of life is enjoyment, you try to control people and you try to enjoy the senses. And that life leads to inauspiciousness. That life leads to inauspiciousness. It leads to only one thing. It will push you to the cycle of birth and death. That's it. Only one question anyone has to ask. What were you 3 hours before, 4 hours before when you were sleeping? You have no idea what you were actually. Do you know what you were when you were sleeping? No idea. You're not worried about your children. You're not worried about yourself. You're not getting green card or that, this. Or you're not worried children are not performing. Nothing. You're in a state of so-called tranquility. You agree or not?
Yes.
Problem starts only when you wake up. You know? So, but children also, they are sleeping very nicely, you are sleeping, everyone is sleeping nicely only. But if you keep on sleeping, one lecture I heard, that's worse than sense enjoyment. Why? Very active spirit, so, you're putting into sushupti. It's an opposite state of soul, actually. You know? Anyway, uh, but a person whose goal of life is spiritual life, he'll change. Yalabdhva chapare labham manidenadikam tata yasmin sutana dukkena gurunapi vichalyate. If I make, if I offend that person, my bhakti is affected. I will not offend. But you became angry yesterday, gave you left and right. That is ego. I'm not the body. I'm a spirit. I'm not the mind. Our Nikunj Vihari Prabhu gave a nice class yesterday. When you realize you are not the body, you are not the mind. He said not the physical body, not the subtle body. It is not easy to realize. When somebody gives you left and right, you might have given 1,000 Bhagavatam classes, but immediately like a snake, we raise our hood. It means we are fully convinced I am this body. At least I am convinced I am this mind. Or at least you can conclude I am impelled by ego. But yalabdhva chapare labham. Labham. The devotee is pleased, I'll make little progress. Great. Means if everybody, even organization is behaving like this, that organization will become a multi-billion organization in just 2-3 years. Why? Nobody gives any trouble to anybody. And they'll be all focused in one line, one direction. Yasmin stitona dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. If I make a little from here to here, if I make progress, that is enough. Wow. But if I offend somebody, my chanting is affected. You get a promotion in the afternoon also. Prabhu, you got a promotion. But today my chanting is affected. I don't know why. And you are not so much impelled by the external success because you are worried for your internal success. That means you are internal. That means you are not external. It's all because of only one thing. Goal of life is self-realization. I want to make progress there. My Lord, today you gave me this, tomorrow you'll remember it. So that type of person is not so worried for positions. This Haldar Maharaj said in ISKCON I have seen only 2 positions are permanent. First position, Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead is permanent. Second position, Srila Prabhupada is a founder of ISKCON, permanent. Other than that, every position is temporary only. So coming back to today's thing, after ruling for this much long as a service to Krishna, he didn't like it. That's a bhakti yogi. Dhruva Maharaj didn't want to go back to Godhead that same day when he saw Vishnu. So how much separation he must have had? 36,000 years, but he ruled it, like an obedient servant. And what he did, uh, just Dhruva Maharaj at the end left his kingdom, which extended all over the earth. It's a person, who is extending it. People who develop their business, when they are retired, children say, Dad, you are grounded, they'll go and see everything. Kaise chal raha hai. Attachment is there. Which extended all over the earth and bounded by great oceans. That much big kingdom he established. But there used to be one movie star, if you want I can tell the name, but no need. This movie star was very famous, successful movie star in South India. And he eventually retired. But what he did with all the money, he acquired a lot of assets in Chennai. And every day in the morning he'll go and he'll see all the properties. मैंने बनाया इसको. Because he has acquired that many properties, by the time you would see everyone, he will not just see, and that is not, that is one enjoyment. Then you have to go inside. Sir came. He's not the film star, he is the owner of this. And you have so much love. How is everything going on? It is exhibition of false ego. People don't understand attachment. Everything going on well, yes. Well, sir, drink little coffee, tea. No, no. Please, please, please. No, no, no. Please. Okay, I'll take for your pleasure, I'll take. And go to the another property. And he passed away probably 15 years ago, actually. Radha Gopal Bhavan ki jai. You know? So, but Dromara is telling, at the end left his kingdom. Now the punchline. He considered his body, his wives, his children, his friends, his army, his rich treasury, his very comfortable palaces, and his many enjoyable pleasure grounds to be creation of illusory energy. It's all माया. इसमें दम नहीं है. What is that? It's just a maya. Thus, in due course of time, he retired to the forest in Himalayas, known as Badrikash. A person having that type of realization, naturally, he will give it up. You know. So the point is, then what he did very interesting. You know, his senses became purified because he bathed regularly in crystal clear pure water. Not that, not just taking bath. Of course, there is Mandakini Ganga, no doubt. Ganga is very pure. And but he did sadhana also. And not that he employed new sadhana. Whatever sadhana we are doing right now, same sadhana he did it. But of course, Dhruva Maharaj was actually, those days, Satyuga, Ashtanga, like a Dhyana Yogi, Ashtanga Yogi. You know? So, but very interesting, the Ashtanga Yogi, Nardamani introduced him to deity worship, Archayagraha. So he practiced the Ashtanga Yoga process for the pleasure of Supreme, but he also practiced deity worship, puja, which was actually not the process of Satyuga. But because of his exalted state, he attained prema. That is goal of life. Prema vina, prema dhana vina, vyartha daridra jivan. Are you have a lot of money, but you have not attained love of God. It's your life is vyartha. Dasikuri vetan more deha prem. You need to attain that love of God. If not, even if you are a billionaire, your life is wasted. You are a daridra. You are a beggar. Why? Prabhupada says, one of the, not one of the last and the best president of America, Americans loved most is John F. Kennedy. Very beautiful president. Somehow Kennedy had so much of reputation. And I even the presidents before also, but the Lincoln, they're all great. The Kennedy, all the Americans loved. And Kennedy one day went to Texas. And Kennedy had an open top Jeep, open top. He was going in a Jeep. And so the people were on the roadside. We were holding American flags, waving. And one senator said, who in this world told you, Kennedy, that people of Texas don't love you because Texas is a Republican dominated state? Who in this world will tell you people of Texas don't love you? See how many people there are. They're all queuing up on the roads just to see you. That's the last word Kennedy heard. His beautiful wife shot down. His wife, skull fell in his hands. That's it. It's a gruesome death, actually. So Prabhupada says anything can happen at any time to anybody. So that is material world. It's all Dhruva Maharaj considered just illusory energy. Dhruva Maharaj completely forgot his bodily existence, thus he immediately became liberated. Was liberated. So one has to, yesterday was in class, one has to become free from bodily consciousness, subtle body consciousness, mind consciousness. Actually, only while brushing teeth and taking bath and morning and when you're eating, that's when you're in bodily consciousness. Most of the time you're in mental consciousness. Manomaya. I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. You know? Even if I agree. We are not so much, especially devotees who practice, they're not so much absorbed in bodily consciousness, but they're absorbed in mind consciousness. That is even deadly. When you chant, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare. You have to do this, you know. I'll do it. Janmashtami is coming. Our office, I have to do this. Next 4 rounds in office only. One person said, why you became nowadays, last year management wanted to remove you, but now they got a promotion. What this year, what is that? I have 2 hours of thinking what to do. How many have understood? So I picked up Hare Krishna chanting and now 2 hours of planning. That's not good. Now let us get into the topic. This is our introduction. Today's topic is very, very technical actually. Can you believe one thing? As you read simply, we need purports, that's why. What you will think? Dhruva Maharaj is meditating, he'll open his eyes. No, there's an aeroplane, he'll go on. Everyone is watching. No. This aeroplane is not visible. It was visible only to him. That is a punchline. This aeroplane was not visible to everyone. You know? One day I was reading first canto Bhagavatam. Maharaj Parikshit was going. Suddenly he came across this person wearing royal clothes, but he was beating a bull. This bull was actually standing on one leg. You never see that type of bull standing on one leg. Even 2 legs is also difficult. 2 legs, these like this, but if 2 legs are this side, but these 2 legs are not there, also cannot stand. Means that's a vision. We'll all have that vision on the last few minutes of our life. Then we'll see some things what we'll have not seen throughout our life. It will happen to everyone. Prabhu says, everyone see Krishna. Some people will see him as Krishna, some people will see him as death. Everyone will see. So that's why there are different levels of acquired knowledge. Direct knowledge. What is that? Direct knowledge. Knowledge received from authorities. Transcendental knowledge. A knowledge beyond senses. Connection. What is that? And Prabhupada made punchline also. What is that? When one surpasses the stage of acquiring knowledge by descending process, is immediately situated on the transcendental platform. Yesterday I was really struggling actually. When one surpasses the stage of acquiring knowledge by descending process, he is immediately situated on a transcendental platform. So, what is that? So, yesterday it took a lot of time for me. Now, the today's session starts. Knowledge is a pratyaksha. Knowledge is a pratyaksha. Pratyaksha means we deal with this world and all the universities, social media, governmental departments, we all deal with pratyaksha. What do we deal with? Pratyaksha. We deal with the sense. Actually, no, we have a desire to enjoy independent of Krishna. We have come to this world means only one thing, straight. What is that? You have a desire to enjoy independent of Krishna. Krishna said, all right. Krishna gives you sense objects and you enjoy it. Some sense objects are your children. Some sense objects are, they are lifeless objects. But you deal your life with that. And to make your enjoyment better, you acquire more knowledge. But what it will do is you're just dealing your life. Your life is all about you and sense objects. Sometimes the sense objects are people, colleagues, cell phone, computer, mic. This is a called a, so you know how to deal. First thing, people in cell phone, you will learn how to operate. You will learn how to operate. It is a pratyaksha. But what is the outcome of pratyaksha? It will make you dull. What is the outcome of pratyaksha? Knowledge to deal with sense objects. It will make you dull. Because the goal of life is enjoyment. There is no Krishna. But of course, if you do that with an idea to serve Krishna, then that is not pratyaksha. It is a spiritual. Will come there. That will purify you. Bhakti yogi. Nirbandhe Krishna sambandhe yukta vairagyam uchite. प्रापंचिक विषय बुद्ध हरिसंबंध वस्तुना मुक्षु परित्याग वैराग्यम फल करते थे outsiders what they do they will reject everything and that is falgu vairagya. But Rupa Goswami says bhakti yogi what he will do, my computer or my harmonium, I don't play cinema songs on that harmonium, I play only Krishna. My computer I use it only for Krishna. This is not matter, this is spiritual. My mic is not matter, spiritual. This is yukta vairagya. So then we are going to the next point. Pratyaksha taught by universities, taught by the social media, everything, it will make the human dull. Second thing, it will push him in the cycle of birth and death. And then what is the next one? Paroksha. Paroksha means, paroksha means indirect knowledge. Hey, you're telling, you're quarreling with me. They told me about you. Means you heard paroksha. They told me that you told me about this. They are telling, you told about me this. So Krishna, you will say, did you hear when I was speaking? When somebody is speaking and you hear, that is pratyaksha. But they got that, and A will tell B, C is like this. B will go to C and say, A told about you to me like this. I'm going to understand. That is paroksha. Means you did not hear. Based on what B told you, you believed it. So this is indirect knowledge. That's I just give you the example. But real paroksha means you will believe from the effect, the cause. When you go outside, you will see water on the grounds. Parking lot. It rained. It rained. So, but, okay, for example, you go to Rajghat, you see Gandhi's Samadhi. Means 100 years ago, Gandhi existed. By seeing the effect, you see the cause. Because you cannot see the cause today. Understanding or not? But there is one more, aparoksha. What is aparoksha? The knowledge of aparoksha, it is given by higher authorities. That knowledge comes in succession, parampara, spiritual knowledge. Indriyane paranyahur indriyabhya paramana manasastha parabuddhi yabuddhi partastha. Hey, you're not the body. Huh? No, I'm this body. That is pratyaksha. No. Bhagavad Gita is telling you're not the body. Really? Bhagavad Gita is telling you're a spirit soul. And immediately one person, what he'll do? He'll put you under electron microscope. Show me where is that electron? Where is that soul? Not visible. You say, I have faith on Krishna. I don't have faith in electromagnetic. So Indriyas are higher than Indriyas to begin with. Higher than Indriyas is mind. Higher than mind is intelligence. Higher than intelligence is ego. Spirit soul is there. Okay. Human life is meant for self-realization. Purify yourself. Okay. So putting faith on higher authority is what happens. What you do? You start acting on this. Your life will become better. This knowledge is a paroksha. How many friends standing? You're all with me so far? But then the punchline. What is that? But Krishna is adokshaja. Krishna is beyond senses, including mind. Krishna is beyond mind. Krishna is beyond mind. So you cannot see Krishna with your mind. First time yesterday I meditated on this verse. 10 times recently, 2-3 years I was meditating. Ata Sri Krishna Namadi Nabhaved Grahyam Indriye Sevanmukhe Jihvado Swayamema Spuratyada. You cannot perceive Krishna's name and form by your blunt senses. Oh yeah. How many of you agree? Are we eating prasad? Are you accessing prasad? Or are you accessing gulab jamun? Yes and no. Yes, it is prasad, you are eating it. But are you accessing it? To the extent you access, that much extent you make progress. Just by eating prasad, you'll go back to your head with full confidence. This is prasad. If I eat, it'll make me progress. It'll cause a lot of progress. We are intellectually convinced. But if you realization, this is prasad, is adoksha. Adoksha. Krishna is beyond senses. You're understanding or not? And one more thing is there. What is that? So you're acquiring knowledge. Aparoksha. But with that aparoksha, you're practicing also. We are all doing that. But I cannot use the word but. One day, based on our sincerity, Krishna has to reveal because everything you are perceiving this world, everything with mind, intelligence, ego, senses. But Krishna is beyond this. So you may quote verses also. You may quote verses and you may get a lot of name also. But that realization has to be given by Krishna. That's why Bhakti is very difficult. And one day Krishna will reveal. One day Krishna will reveal. For world, or even people of Gaudiya Math, Abhay Babu is a pounds and shillings man. Abhay Babu is not a pounds and shillings man. He has full access to, what is Adoksha? Adoksha means beyond. Prabhupada is sitting here, but whatever is happening there, he knew. That realization is happening. Krishna is giving it to him. But he is also doing material duty. When he is doing material duty, he has wife and kids, Everyone thinking you're like me. He is not like you, sir. He is not like you. Somebody very advanced, like Akinjan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj. Hey, he's advanced. I'm a sannyasi, he's a brahmacharya. Now today he's taking sannyas, but he's advanced. So we are all chanting 16 rounds. But suddenly somebody, he comes yesterday, and in 1 year he'll become. People are attracted to his purity. A person practicing for 20 years cannot take it. Why? It's all based on your what type of knowledge? Paroksha, aparoksha. But that person, adoksha, is dealing, he has a realization. Prabhupada said, Prabhupada, you're sick or what? Past 3 days you're not speaking. Prabhupada said, I'm not sick. But Prabhupada, you're not speaking. When Prabhupada would become grave, Prabhupada said, I'm watching what is Yashoda keeping in the lunch box for Krishna. And what is in Haripashal Prabhu came and said, I don't know how to repeat here. Krishna's dealing with Radharani, nowhere it is written. That is Prabhupada's revelation. Prabhupada put it in some sense, SSR. This is a Prakrita. This is not Prakrita. Prakrita means this. And it's happening in his heart, the revelation. It is a Prakrita, you know, that person is advanced. That person is advanced. You may acquire knowledge also. Actually, what is it? I can even correlate. Vijnanamaya. Vijnanamaya stage, you know all the verses. You're not on Manamaya. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manamaya are a condition soul. You're stuck in the cycle of birth and death. But when you're in the Vijnanamaya, you're operating, hey, intellectually you're operating. Going to Mangalarti is good for me. Sleepy. No. I'll sleep in the temple only, but I'll go there. All the troubles are coming to me is because of my past karma. The moment you think like this, all the troubles are coming to me because of my past karma. Are you will not find that person as the reason for your suffering, even though he's giving you trouble. Why? My past karma. Then when you are doing like this pratyaksha and paroksha or aparoksha, then when he's married, he's the reason, she's the reason. When you come, your desire to make progress will increase. You will hold on to Krishna's lotus feet only. You'll stay in the temple only. You'll continue only. Then you will not find fault with anyone. They will not be like aggressive. Cholo na. Then you will be operating on a Vijnanmaya, not on Manomaya. How many of you understand? Then what happens? Your mind is always. That's what Kunti says. Ganga always wants to go to Sagar only. That one desire. One time big mountain comes. But the desire is so strong from this side or underneath or over, somehow it has to go. Gandhari is also Pativrata. Very accomplished sadhaka, yeah. But Kunti, self-realized, Adokshija. I cannot say Adokshija means Krishna, Adoksha. Means it's happening in your heart. And to what extent it's happening? Hey, I'm not as advanced as Yashoda. Kunti has the humility to accept Yashoda is more advanced than me. Wow. You have seen you're seeing a Mahabharata chapter in Srimad Bhagavatam, Kunti is dealing, but you don't see anybody of that caliber. I'm sure, Gandhari also can deal with Krishna that way. You don't see that there is no interactions. Maybe when Krishna would come, they would nicely receive. So the point is, you will act based on your revelation or how you deal with pratyaksha, paroksha, paroksha. But actually, one time sitting here, what is his name? Madan Gopal Prabhu made a statement about chanting, 3 gates. He took it from actually Mahan Biswam book. What is chanting? First step, asana. Sit nicely. You need to have a comfortable position. Asana siddhi is very important. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is magnanimous. Usually in yoga, you need to be cross-legged. Padmasana. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not like that. Wherever you walk and chant, that's okay. Wow, what is the magnanimity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Very important thing in yoga is asana siddhi. If you don't have asana siddhi, you cannot go to the next step. What is Lord Chaitanya's magnanimity? No problem. You walk in chant also. You sit in chant also. You lean in chant also. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given that mantra is that much empowered by Golakara Premadhan Hari Nam Sankirtan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought that. That's the first gate. Second gate, focus. You know, what is that? Yato yato nischalati manaschanchalama stiram. Okay, my children, I think mind will go. Then you will bring it up. 2 mantras you hear. Job, bring it. India, bring it. Yes or no? Mind is going, you are bringing it. Mind is, asamsaya mahabaho manodhyanagram chalam abhyasena takonteya vairagyena chadrishate. Practice and detachment. So you are bringing it. Why am I telling this? So make the mind steady. Third gate. How do you improve chanting? Helplessness. Please. Body, cleanliness, saucham. Second is mind. Third is a helpless state. Helpless state, mind will listen. That's why. What is very important to make progress? Not quoting slokas. Humility. I'm talking to myself. Varsan Maharaj never quotes any slokas. Humility is the only yardstick. When you become humble, the third gate. But he made Madan Gaur made a nice statement. What is that? Third gate has to be opened by Krishna. So, Narthandas Thakur says, I am the most fallen. Patita Pavana, So if you are the Pati Pavana, prove yourself by delivering me. I am the most fallen. Wow. My deliverance is first. Interesting. What is his name? Our what is it? Who was Vrindavan Das Thakur was brought up by him. What is it? Mukunda, brother, Vasudeva Datta. Vasudeva Datta is he's asking for the deliverance of others. Interesting, because he's telling, I am forgetting names. I just know I told his name. No, not Vasudeva Datta. So, my deliverance is first. Naranda Thakur is telling, don't put yourself in the feet of, in the shoes of Vasudeva Datta. First you ask for your deliverance. You ask for your deliverance, because if you consider yourself most fallen and you ask for your deliverance, Janma sadhya kori, karu. So, when Krishna reveals that Adoksha knowledge, Saprakrita, it's not Prakrita. It's called Divya Prakash. Every day we sing, Divya Jnana Hridaya Prakasito. What is that Divya Jnana? What is that Divya Prakash? Sitting here, and the rose is this. One leg is here, one leg is there. Is a realized soul. Whatever is happening, he knows. Sadhana Nitya Siddha, Sadhana Siddha. Sadhana Siddha, one leg is here, one leg is there. So what Divya Jnana, that's happening in his heart. It happens to everyone, to the extent you are sincere. Sincerity is known to only one person. Who? That's it, super soul. Nobody else. Not you and me. Why I want to give you an example. We give charity and we think we are a pure devotee. We give some charity, big charity. I'm a pure devotee. Hey, what about the lust? What about the greed? What about the envy? Don't bring it right now. I'm pure devotee consciousness right now. Stay there only then. How many of you understand? So unless we look deep into our heart, we can't find impurities. So seeing your impurities means you're making progress. But the seeing impurities should not make us depressed. Why? It should bring humility. Because you're taking bath. Very soon you'll become free from all the impurities. Only unfortunate person will say, hey, so much filth is coming, you're nonsense. He's unfortunate. Fortunate person says, no, taking bath, great, Prabhu. With few minutes you'll be out. Fully clean. You're applying soap also. Harinam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada said, only one lifetime. Sincerely, it will happen. So, because he saw that aeroplane descending, he saw that it's illuminating on all directions. Rakha Patim, Rakha means moon. He saw the darshan. And actually, even his behavior after that is great. I want to tell this, it's for tomorrow, for some, I will do 2 points. It's for tomorrow's speaker. So, this, what is that? The gatekeepers, Nanda, Sunanda, they came. I think Jay and Vijay, whatever. They came, but he is going. Suddenly, remember, he did not know how to take care of them. When he did not know how to take care of them, it will become an offense and again he'll stay back. It's like Bharat Maharaj developing attraction to deer. Just because you have not honored them, you don't know how to honor them. Then what he did, immediately started chanting holy name. What he did, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So they understood his predicament. They smiled. And then he said, so we'll wait for you, Prabhu, please come. Then he went and said, took bath, everything, he came back. So when you do not know what to do, just chant the holy name. Hare Krishna. That will counteract all offenses. Then when he came back with right consciousness, then he honored them. Then he thought of his mother. And actually, when the death came, there's another point. Death said, you cannot live like this. He stepped on the head of death and got into the aeroplane. Devotees, Vaishnavas, for them death is subservient. Prabhupada says, Krishna has already extended my life 2 times. One devotee, actually real story, no names. He came to me and said, Prabhuji, my children, it is written. I'm telling only to encourage you. They have to be motherless. And my wife is very sick. Very worried. I told him, Prabhu, astrologers don't know anything. They know something. Don't worry. She's a devotee. She's initiated. I know she's not doing well. I can understand. But don't worry. The moment she's practicing so nicely, she's under Krishna's grace. I don't believe it. I told with firm conviction. Fully. I didn't tell him just to make him happy. I said, no. It is 10 years since I said this. I've seen so many examples how Krishna is taking care of them. Krishna takes care. Krishna is amazing, actually. Krishna is amazing and Radharani is amazing. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Taipatta is so wonderful. If we really understand how they are taking care of us, we become extremely grateful. They are minimizing our karma to minimal, the way Lord Shiva has compressed the whole poison into his palm. Like that, they are minimizing our suffering only to make us understand how temporary this world is and how this world is the Kalyam. Otherwise, they can remove in 1 second actually. So, further, if you understand that fact, we become grateful and sincerely continue. Monday to Friday, make your home temple. Weekends, make temple your home. We have only 2 weeks. You know, we have listened a lot from so many speakers. It is high time we need to do service. High time. If you are getting that much, we have to. If the materialists are telling sense enjoyment is the goal of my life, 10 times multiplied by that, you should say Krishna is the goal of my life. Service is my goal of life. One time I said, my Lord, I don't know what to do. You don't know what to do, just go and distribute flyers. Simple. Or distribute books. Minimum. You want to, don't waste time. Little bit. Prabhupada says, my Guru Maharaj, when this brahmachari would go and distribute only 2 magazines at the end of the day, 2 subscriptions. My Guru Maharaj was so happy. You brought 2 subscriptions? Maybe those days costing 10 pies. Still, 2 people you touched. Wow. So don't worry how the Kaliga, Krishna is not more powerful, Krishna, Maya is not more powerful than Krishna. This is Krishna's plan. You do your job. One person told me, Founder Acharya, you have brought only 10,000. What is 10,000 number compared to the 8 billion population? Now those days maybe 5 billion. But that's how Krishna does. Such an inimical environment, like a water under the mat. Christianity to establish it took 600 years. ISKCON to establish took less than 50 years. We have 1100 organizations. And 2000 years ago, world was not this much bad when Jesus Christ came. Today, actually all the professors in MIT Divinity School, Harvard Divinity School, they appreciate Prabhupada. His endeavors are, on par with the efforts of Prophet Muhammad or Jesus Christ, or even higher than that, because the world was not this much bad 2000 years ago. They appreciate Srila Prabhupada. So outsiders are so much illusioned. How much should we be geared up to wake them up? If you really understand that you've got grace, then one day we become the recipient of that knowledge. Adoksha knowledge from Adoksha Jam. Then that Diya Prakash happens. It doesn't matter, it happens tomorrow, day after tomorrow, after 40 years, 40 lifetimes, because there is no choice anyway. And our life has become much better than before, ever since we came to Krishna consciousness. How many of you agree? At my life, at least. That's what I want to speak. Thank you very much. Spoken anything wrong, please do excuse me as a humble servant. Any question or comment? Huh.
This regarding that proper mentioning of the different levels of knowledge. So starting with the prediction knowledge, knowledge from authorities, scriptures. The third you mentioned about the transcendental knowledge, and then the knowledge beyond the senses, and then the spiritual knowledge. So my understanding sometimes we often exchange transcendental and spiritual knowledge. This is found in spiritual knowledge. And then, like you said, the version Divya is that we translation to transcendental thinking. So we can meditate upon getting transcendental knowledge, but it is something higher than transcendental knowledge from the purpose. So how do we understand the transfer of spiritual?
Where is higher than transcendental knowledge, knowledge beyond senses, and finally spiritual knowledge? Actually, one Prabhu was giving a class to. These are, what is that? There is, realize this is the thing. Realized, not realized. That's it. Bhagavad Gita is a spiritual knowledge, transcendental knowledge, right? But aprakrita is realized, revealed. Spiritual world, what is that? Actually, I want to quote this verse when you thank you. So I want to go back to Godhead. Like a parrot, I can also quote. But I don't know. So that is actually, it's a real spiritual knowledge only. It is transcendental knowledge only. But realized knowledge. there is word jnana and vijnana in the mental terms, but the same thing will apply also. The only difference is jnana is theoretical, vijnana is realized. Fire burns. But how fire burns? So fire burns. Okay, put your finger there. You will never put it again. Fire. That is real. That's my understanding. Okay, thank you. Any other question or comment?
Prabhu, I didn't understand the prasad thing. You said prasad, eating prasad. You said two things. One is eating prasad, then another thing is that.
No, I said if you eat prasad as prasad, then you will eat gulab jamun and rasgulla in the Kerala sabji and gulab jamun in the same way. You know Kerala?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Got it.
You know, both are prasad, both are tasted by the.
Yeah.
Actually, Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a topic. Lord Chaitanya tasted the, that Krishna's and Adharamrutam. It is meant that the chapter is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So if you act on that level, gulab jamun is also very tasty and Kerala sabji is also tasty. Transcendental. One lecture I heard, as soon as the son joins full time, the soul becomes ecstatic. My son joined full time, Marimo. But in between you and your son, there is mind. Why did he join full time? Likewise, in between you and Krishna's transcendental prasad is there. So at the moment you put Kerala sabji on your tongue, your soul starts jumping, dancing. But we are not on the soul platform, we are on mental platform. First thing we have to be. But intellectually you are convinced. Kerala sabji is prasad, you should not tell like that. Sometimes children, hey, I don't want this. Mother says, hey, no, don't say like this. You cannot tell like that. So mother also doesn't know, but mother is intellectually convinced. You should not say this. Right? Got my point? Thank you. Yes.
Probably the beginning of the class you stated that the end of life, you'll see things that you have never seen. Can you elaborate?
Definitely you'll say something wrong. It's a mystery. You'll definitely see. I know it. I've seen it again and again, but I don't know what they see. It'll happen.
Usually we see that, we hear that your whole life will go as a picture and you have acted upon. And whatever your Vishaya, like what you are so will be focused more and you will see that. So this is interesting what you say.
Many more things happen, not just. Yamadutas also will come.
Oh.
So when Yamadutas come, are some scary things. I cannot tell that. Many, whatever you said, one person told me he met with, he had a heart attack. And he has a heart attack. Doctor said, he was in a very, he told his son, my son, this whole life went like a zoop, like a cinema reel. He told. I have so many examples, actually. So many,
You only told one example, right? Somebody fell from the,
Yeah.
15th floor, 20th floor, and then life was going, then he got stuck by something.
Nature came to know and he became an initiate devotee after that. So yes, it will happen. So, but some things, I can tell many more things. These are all very interesting topics. Uh, but the reality is, we are all in the airport. Some people will take local domestic flights. Some people will take intercontinental flights. Some people will take extraterrestrial flights. Some people will take a transcendental flight. Any other question or comment? Otherwise, we'll end it. Anything else? Online, anyone has any question? Otherwise, we'll end it.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhesha kripasindhubhya paritanam param Vaishnavyo namo Manantara Vaishnav Vijishna Prabhupada ki. Thank you. So, today we